Hi, this is Trey Passer, and this is my comic book update for July 2012. Okay, I got a few titles here, and I'll just go through. Let me just show you them. First, I have the Batman issue number 11. This is the epic finale of the Court of Owls story, which has been a great story so far. I have that. I also have Justice League issue number 11, which is another great book. Okay. And I also have the Teen Titans, which is another great book. I know I'm repeating myself, but it is a great book. Okay, there we go. It says Behold the True Wonder Girl. And then it's issue number 11 of Superman, Secrets of the Suit Revealed. There we go, right there. And last but not least, Blue Beetle, starring Booster Gold, right there. There you go, right there. Okay, and I'm just going to do what I did in my previous updates. I'm going to go through just these two issues, the Batman and the Justice League. I'll go with the Batman, which is the most interesting one that I've read so far. Okay, okay. If you remember my last update, it ended with Batman facing off with his quote-unquote brother, okay, who was behind the Court of Owls, okay, and it starts off with them fighting. There you go, right there. Batman throwing a haymaker, and him saying basically that, oh, you got brother, or are you just playing nice? Okay, and then it just shows them trading shots right there, and basically, throwing punches back and forth, and they're, he's speaking to Bruce about, saying that they're brothers, and since time immemorial, brothers have always fought. Okay, and you see right there, okay, more of the fight right there. Let's see that. There you go. Sorry for the reflection. That's more of their fight. Okay. Okay, and then you see more of the fight. They're hanging on. And Bruce is hanging on. More of the fight. Okay. Okay. And then he's basically threw Batman through the window there. Like I said, they're fighting and still talking about how he's the forgotten son of Thomas Wayne, and how the Court of Owls recruited him when he was small, and how he kept praying that his brother would come get him, and then how Bruce, he thought that Bruce had died, and then he read about Bruce coming back, okay, to Gotham. There's more of their fight, okay, and basically he's about to throw Batman through the, I guess the wing right here, this part right here, the wing of the plane. He's saying goodbye, brother. You see, okay, and there's Batman fighting to hold on right there. Oops, excuse me. Batman fighting to hold on. There we go. And he still is talking smack to Batman. And then what he doesn't realize is Batman hooked a device to him that basically explodes. Okay? See that? See, there's the device there. And the explosion. Okay, and Batman's falling. That's outside of it. Batman's falling. Okay. And then he switches to the high velocity bat rope. But just when he thought he was safe, there he comes again. Okay, and he's basically picked up Batman's broken body, and he's telling Batman he's gonna die in this tower that he built. He's planning explosions. He's planning, not explosions. He's planning, like explosives. And he's telling him basically that you'll stay dead this time. No more escaping. And he's basically telling Batman about that you left, and about the plan to come back and take over. And he said he's going to become the new King of Gotham. And then, of course, Batman takes an advantage and gouges his eyes right there. You see right there, that shot right there, gouges his eyes and makes his escape right there. And the tower explodes with him in it, and basically Batman is saying how they searched the rubble and they couldn't find no trace of anybody. Okay, and then you see later Bruce recovering, and then he's having a conversation with Dick Grayson, you know, telling him all about the owls and stuff, and how they defeated the owls and stuff, and even the people that the captured Talons, you know, the people that work for the owls, that he's captured them. He got them, you know, frozen in the cryo prison beneath Blackgate. Okay, so they're just, you know, they're talking. And he's basically telling Robin there was another child, but the child didn't survive. The child died the first night, and that he believes that his parents would have told him if there was another child. But he said he's going to keep on top of it to make sure that, you know, the owls, he's sure that they're going to come back, but he's going to be on top of that. And basically him and Dick are just, like I said, just having the conversation. And he's basically saying that you saved me. When you came along, you actually saved him from the darkness. Okay? And then Robin's saying, basically, I can't hit you now for not telling me everything now. And then, there you go. The last shot is, of course, is the bat signal going up right there. And the end of My Brother's Keeper. Okay? Now, let's go to the Justice League. If you remember the last issue, this guy called, I believe his name was, I'm sorry. Guy was Grimes, yeah. Graves, I'm sorry, Graves, who attacked the Justice League, and you see it opens with them recovering, and it shows flashbacks to all their tragedies. You know, they show right there Bruce Wayne, so when his parents got killed, he's fighting against it, saying bury it, and then he's reaching out to Superman, and Superman is saying the spirits showed him when his father died, had the heart attack and couldn't save him. And also Green Lantern when his dad's plane crashed, basically showing them all their worst moments. And then he showed a flashback where Graves now is at Steve Trevor's sister's house, and she's basically telling, where's Steve? And he's saying, I'm sorry that he's gonna die. But he's basically telling the story of his family. And you see this eerie shot of him sitting there with his departed kids, with the spirits of his kids right there. This is a freaky shot right there. And then you hear the big boom. I mean, the Justice League is teleported to Steve Trevor's house. Of course, with Graves, it disappeared. Okay, and the sister's crying. She's basically yelling at Wonder Woman right there, telling her it's because of her that Steve is in trouble. You know, she warned him to stay away from me, but he wouldn't listen. Okay. Okay, and Batman's, Flash is telling one of them, don't worry, she's upset. She's saying, Diana said, no, it is my fault. She'll never look as close as we did. And Superman's saying, don't worry, we'll find him. And he said, we already know. His name is David Graves, and he's basically telling the story about how David Graves was an author who wrote about the Justice League during the Darkseid invasion. And Dave's disappeared a few years ago after his wife and children died. Everyone presumed he was dead. He was had terminal cancer. Okay, and Wonder Woman's not hearing it, and she's basically saying, they're saying that he had a cabin out where he went to write, and Wonder Woman starts leaving, and Batman says, "Where are you going?" To his Graves' cabin. "I'm going to find him, and I'm going to cut his head off, and I'm going to bring Steve home." Okay, which is all in that panel there. Okay, and this is where it gets interesting. Okay, she's walking off, and Batman's trying to tell her, "This is a League mission, Wonder Woman. We don't cut off anyone's head. I do. The more you hold back, the more likely Steve's already dead. This was an attack. I need to do this myself. I can't risk Steve's life." And then Green Lantern tries to get in there. Batman's telling him, "Listen, I can handle this." And he's trying to reason with her, and he actually puts her in an energy bubble. And she's saying, "Let me out." And he's saying, "No." And then you have this great shot where Wonder Woman just basically breaks his bubble, his green energy bubble, with one punch. And Green Lantern goes flying, and the Flash luckily catches him after a bit. Okay, and like he's not having it. He said, "Did you see that?" There's a reporter that goes, "Did you see that? Wonder Woman kicked Green Lantern's ass." And he says, "Like hell she did," and then he attacks her again. Okay, and the Flash is saying Latin, and okay, and then basically Wonder Woman slices them again and brings them back off, and Superman's trying to stop her. Right there, Superman's trying to intervene and tell her to stop. Okay, there we go. Right there, Superman's telling her to stop. But she's not having it. And then she kicks the crap out of Superman. Okay? Okay, and Aquaman said, "This is crazy." And Batman is saying, "Cyborg, get to," Aquaman flies, "Get the civilians clear." And Cyborg, "Get to Wonder Woman." And Batman, "We have a problem." Okay, and he said, "Well, basically, this is Graves is broadcasting this fight on every computer and every phone." Right there. And okay, he said, the whole world's watching, and I'm trying to scramble a signal, but it's bounced across a different dozen satellites. It's going to take me a minute. We don't have a minute. And get us out of here, Cyborg. And boom, just like that, they boom out of there, and they're at Graves' cabin. Okay, and of course they temporarily fight, and Aquaman tells Wonder Woman, "We all want to bring Trevor home, but we're going to have to do it faster. We work as a team. It's a crazy idea, I know." And then she finally agrees, and then he says, "Sure." Okay, she apologizes to Superman for attacking him. Okay, and Batman's fine. That's what he's looking for, his journals of this guy Graves. Okay, and then he basically, David Graves and his family were visiting Metropolis on a book tour when Darkseid attacked. Months later, his wife started getting sick, and then his son and then his daughter. He's buried them on the grounds. He fell ill shortly after. The doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong. They theorized that David and his family were exposed to something during Darkseid's attack, something we missed. So he blames us for the death of his family. It's awful what happened, Green Lantern says, but why would we end up scapegoat for every super psycho out there? What if Graves is right, Lan? Aquaman says. What if he was exposed to something? Then others would have been. So he's wrong. He doesn't believe it. But he does believe in other things. He spent his life researching the mysteries of the world. That's why he went to Mount Sumera. He went to find his family. Okay? In the Valley of Souls. And that's where they're going, as you see right there. Of course, and then of course, in this Valley of Souls, they start to see their dead loved ones. Bruce sees his parents. Hal Jordan sees his dad. Superman sees his parents. His Kryptonian parents. Flash sees his dead wife. Aquaman sees his father. And Cyborg sees himself. And then, the last but not least, Wonder Woman heard somebody call her name Diana. And what she sees is how it ends. You're too late. You see that? That's Major Steve Trevor right there telling her that she's too late. Of course. And then the next issue was supposed to be called Atonement. Okay? So that's how that ends. Okay? So that's my comic book update for the week, for the month of July 2012. Let me know what you think of these titles. Feel free to leave your comments down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.